I just saw another disturbing newscast. Uh, Steven Tyler, a rock legend, highly charismatic individual, great artist, one of the best singers of the 20th century, is an American Idol judge. He's gracing that program with a real legendary artist who is now a judge. And they're always taking offense at what he says, saying he's lascivious when he's not. They're just scared of him because he's such a highly charismatic person. Nowadays, everybody's confused themselves with their jealousies between charisma and, lasciviousness. They've confused themselves internally about, charisma and sexual things. They think that, all attraction is slightly sexual. That whole creativity fueled by libido concept confused them in psychology. So now when a highly charismatic person comes around, not only are they envious, not only are they kind of scared, and they don't want to show their admiration, God forbid. I don't mean to use that sarcastically because it's not supposed to be, not when it's in the Bible. If you interpret the Bible saying God forbid sarcastically, you'll get the wrong idea. So that's all I'm saying. But they don't want to admire someone with such charisma. They might feel like they might be seen as some sort of queer. They might their own sexual confusion or their own idea of sexual attraction being confused with charisma might make them feel a little bit queer if they're going to admire someone or even recognize that they're highly charismatic and a much better artist than they'll ever be. So what turns out? Steven Tyler, after a duet, gives him a huge compliment, says they just made love singing, and it was a beautiful, beautiful performance, And they took it, they were like, offended by it. And people called it icky, an icky comment. Icky. I mean, first of all, making love ain't icky. Second of all, it's a metaphor. He didn't mean it literally. If you think that you have to have a literal visual depiction, an application to what the metaphor is representing to it, then you don't understand what metaphor means. And you've been confused. And given that we just had, or in Canada, they just had a dickless dude on drugs that was brainwashed by his satanic family from birth, dressed as a woman, or dressed as a little girl, treated like a little girl, and then as soon as he hit puberty, given estrogen, taken his freedom of choice completely, and then turned into a, had his dick cut off and his asshole sewed to where his ball sack was, in a beauty contest, as a valid contestant, until they, found out and exited him. And they were calling him a goddess. They were saying he has the body of a goddess. Of course, they were calling him she. Now, it always upset me that they called transvestites queens. I thought it was disrespectful to females, because a queen is that's a top-notch female queen. And they're calling these fucking queers dressing like women queen. It's very disrespectful. And, it's like game of chess. They took your queens. This battle of sexist shit's got to stop. We got to stand together. Because it's divide and conquer. And now, they drove women into idolatry, wanting to call themselves goddesses to separate themselves from queen, because every time they hear queen, they think of a transsexual or a transvestite. And they don't want to feel like a transvestite, so they're saying, call me goddess. And they're like, well, that's more powerful. That's helping us. But now they're taking your goddess, too. They're taking your term goddess, your idolatrous term goddess. You've been played Stop playing games. Stand with us. We love you.